Hi there, I'm Kevin from the Greenery Garden and Home in Heidelberg. I'm here today to talk about one of the most spectacular summer flowering trees that you could hope to have in your garden. These are a crepe myrtle, and you can see them in flower behind me here. They look absolutely fantastic. So stay with me and I'll speak to you about the different varieties that are available. So crepe myrtle are one of the all year round great trees. Every season they have something to offer. In the summertime, for a long period, they have these spectacular flowers and available in a range of colours. This particular variety behind me is a variety called Tuscarora, has that hot lolly pink flower, but there are other colours. You can get white, you can get mauve, and you can get various shades of pink, even into the darker red type colours as well. Very, very easy trees to grow, very drought tolerant, love the heat, love the sun. They're used extensively for street tree planting, particularly in Melbourne, because of their hardiness. And they also tolerate coastal exposure, which makes them a good all-round tree. In the autumn, they have spectacular autumn colour before the leaves drop through the typical oranges and reds and yellows, which hang on the tree for quite a long period of time. And then when they're bare in the winter, the bark has a very sculptured look, which adds to their charm. So even in the wintertime, when there's no leaves, no flowers, the trees offer great character in the garden. So they're suitable for smaller spaces, for people that don't have a lot of room, might like to have a flowering tree in the garden. So they lend themselves to all sorts of situations. As long as they're getting a reasonable amount of sun, they're happy. They will tolerate a range of soil types, which also is a bonus. And once established, need very little water. So great drought tolerant type plant for any garden. And I'll show you some varieties now which might be suitable for your space. So crepe myrtle come in various forms which are suitable for many different spaces in the garden. For people that don't have a lot of room, you can get compact dwarf varieties like the two that I have here. These are going to average up to a couple of metres high. They lend themselves to growing in pots or into smaller garden areas. They have all the same characteristics as the tree type, like the one behind me, but for people that are limited with space and they still want to enjoy the colours through the summer, then the dwarf varieties are a better option. You can see the mauve, purpley type flowers. You can get them also in white in the dwarf. They go through to the hot pink colours and even into the reds. Very compact, very easy care plants, low water usage, love the sun, and one of the easiest plants to grow. So they're the dwarf varieties, look out for those. There are various colours in the tree types like the one behind me. Tuscarora averages up to about 4 metres high. There are varieties in white. There's a variety called Natchez, which could grow up to say 5 to 6 metres high. Same characteristics, same autumn colour, long flowering, very hardy trees, and very easy to grow. So look out for the taller varieties as well. Crepe myrtles respond well to pruning every year. After the leaves fall in autumn, then it's worth pruning the tree back. Pruning tends to encourage lots of new growth in the spring, which will give you the summer flowers later on. So pruning is advisable. It's not a necessity, but it does promote better flowering in the tree. So I would encourage you to prune them every year. Normally they're cut back to the main framework branches on the tree, and we do have a video on how to prune crepe myrtle, so look out for that one. but worth pruning. It helps to encourage the flowers, and they flower over a very long period if you do that. This is a newer variety in the compact range. This is called Enduring Summer, and it's one of the red flowering varieties of the compact types of crepe myrtle. You can see the colours just starting to show through now. This small plant's got a load of bud on it, so it would be spectacular in the next few weeks with much more flower. But they look terrific in a pot. They look great in the garden. In a warm, sunny position, they'll reward you with long flowering period over the summer months. So this is called Enduring Summer. I mentioned about the larger growing white flowering crepe myrtle. This is a variety called Albury White. It's going to average up to about 5 metres high, which is one of the taller growing varieties of crepe myrtle. Spectacular white flowers through the summer, and they have that great autumn colour as I mentioned earlier. So for those of you who like white in the garden, look out for Albury White. There is another variety called Natchez as well, which is a white flowering type, but very great, very good trees and very easy to grow trees. One of the great benefits of the crepe myrtle tree is they can be used in various garden situations. They are a fantastic tree for coastal gardens. We often get asked for plants that are suitable for coastal areas that will tolerate salt winds, tolerate poor sandy soils, and tolerate dry conditions with a lot of heat. Quite often coastal gardens have holiday homes which aren't necessarily filled throughout the year, so trees are unlikely to get as much care as what they would in a home garden sort of situation. So they're the sort of set and forget tree. If you're not there to water it, it will still grow quite happily and tolerate those really exposed dry conditions in those environments. One of the reasons they're often selected for street trees is because of their durability. They love the heat, they love the dry conditions, and not too big a tree, so they're manageable under power lines, for instance, where some of the other trees that might be planted to grow too big. So think about crepe myrtles for your garden. They will reward you with a long flowering period. They're spectacular summer flowering trees, and every garden deserves a crepe myrtle regardless of the size. And also consider them for a pot if you don't have space to grow them in a garden. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video on growing crepe myrtles in the home garden. If you have any further queries, remember that the Greenery Garden and Home is open 6.5 days a week, and the horticultural staff here are happy to take any queries that you might have regarding growing the trees, or in fact anything else garden related. We're here to help. So pop on down and we'll be happy to see you, and thanks again for watching.